Hi, my name is Zoe and I'm the co-founder of Eru. As I've said before, I work with the Celtic sovereignty goddesses who are my guides in life and in business, and it's approaching St. Brigid's Day over here in Ireland, so I wanted to do a few little videos on Brigid, on meeting her and knowing her and working with her. So there's so many there's such a reverence for Brigid here in Ireland and across the world. So people really resonate with her. She's been a power and a powerful name that has existed throughout time, and there's obviously a historical account of her. There's many stories of her, but really I feel that the true Brigid is really coming forth now into our consciousness, really coming forward, and the full truth of who Brigid was and is going to be revealed to us more and more. So everybody I meet who has a connection with Brigid, and that could be in a religious way if they associate with her as a saint or as a goddess or as a druidess, it's like the spark of Brigid's name, it causes this remembrance. It's like a cellular remembrance. It's like a distant bell, Brigid's name, that rings, and people, including myself, we then identify to a story about her, the one that most resonates with us. If it's, as I said, there are so many stories of her, generally the same themes, but many of these stories have been also manipulated to portray a certain narrative, or to portray twists in the narrative. But always the main themes play out about Brigid. She was about community, she was about compassion, she was about agriculture and land. So she was associated with birth. There's even stories of her being present at Jesus's birth, and she's very much like a kind of a parallel and equal to Mother Mary in Ireland, in her role she plays for people. So I really feel that Brigid is this remembrance. Her energy is this key that we have. It's like we know her and yet we don't fully know her. We work with her, and she helps us, and many people have close relationships with her, and her spirit is ever present. But the truth of her identity has been imposed upon, I feel. So really, when I work with Brigid, she really she always these Celtic goddesses are always inviting me into more of myself. Inviting me to knowing them is knowing myself. So especially with Brigid, she always says, like, that remembrance of her, that echo, that bell that rings in the resonance, in that cellular memory, is really a calling to know yourself. Knowing her is knowing yourself more. What do I mean by that? It's like it's calling her back into remembrance. Means, going on that journey to meet her is like going on that journey to meet yourself. There are parts that there are parts in Brigid's story that aren't pleasant, that we might not want to see, but we have to bring forth in order to truly know her, and really in order to truly know ourselves. And that's the blessing, that's the gift of Brigid, because becoming more and more in connection with her means coming more in connection with her power and your own power. So ultimately, Brigid to me is an emanation of the divine feminine. She is an emanation of the divine mother, and that's why this memory of her that feels distant sometimes, but strong, like that we know this, but it's like we can't quite put our finger on it, and we kind of say maybe it's that story or that story, but we don't fully know. It hasn't fully come into manifestation. Is the journey of the divine feminine in this world. It was such a powerful force. It is such a powerful force, but we lived in a time where there was a correct balance with this. And that is what, you know, finding Brigid, meeting Brigid, working with Brigid involves going on that journey to meet and remember and call back the divine feminine aspects within ourselves. So that's what Brigid means to me. That's how I work with her. And you know, she's associated with birth. One of the things that these sovereignty goddesses were, they were divine birth priestesses. They birthed creation, they birthed worlds through their immaculate manifestation and their relationship with their sacral chakra, with their heart, with their throat chakras. They brought creation into manifestation, into harmonic balance. And that's why I believe they're coming back so strongly now to support us in this, to help us own and regain these parts of our creation ability. And this is for men and for women, because we all have this divine feminine quality within us. So that's a little bit about that, and I'm gonna go into another little short video now in a minute about the Brigid that's been forgotten.